Is Rose Sparks actually worth trying? That's exactly what I wanted to figure out. So I gave it a shot and spent some time really seeing what it's all about. And by the way, if by the end of this you're thinking of getting your own ED meds, I added a link in the description that'll get you the best price you can find anywhere. All right, so the reason I've looked into Rose Sparks in the first place is that I'd heard that it does something a little different from the usual ED meds. I've tried the typical stuff before, and while they work, I was just curious. Rose Sparks caught my eye because it claims to combine the power of Viagra and Cialis into one tablet, and you don't swallow it. You just let it dissolve under your tongue. That usually means it kicks in faster, which is always a plus in my book. But what stood out was how fast it supposedly works. Most ED meds take anywhere from 45 minutes to over an hour before you feel anything. With Rose Sparks, they claim the average onset is about 15 minutes, and that actually lined up pretty well with my experience. It didn't feel like I was waiting around forever like with some other ED meds I've tried before. One thing the Rose Sparks website talks about a lot is how long the effects last. Supposedly up to 36 hours because of the Tadalafil, which is the same stuff used in Cialis. In theory, combining that with Sildenafil should give you the best of both worlds, a quick start and long-lasting effects. But in reality, it felt like the effects were a little unpredictable sometimes when it came to the duration. But that might have been connected to the other factors like food or my energy levels, not sure. And while the under-the-tongue dissolving method sounds efficient, it honestly started to feel like a bit of a chore. You've got to let it fully dissolve over about 10 minutes, and it's not exactly a pleasant taste. It's not awful, but it's definitely not something you forget while it's sitting there. Some people online mentioned feeling a bit of irritation or numbness under the tongue too, which I didn't personally get, but I can see how that would be annoying. There's also the whole setup process. It's pretty standard for a telehealth service. You have a consultation with one of their medical professionals before getting approved. But the interface for follow-ups wasn't super responsive. I saw multiple reviews mentioning delays in customer support and unclear instructions. Now, as for the strength of the meds themselves, yeah, it worked. The results were solid, but I wouldn't say they were better than what I've experienced with other options. Some other people also mentioned headaches and a flushed face that lingered for hours in their reviews. Not exactly ideal if you're trying to have a fun evening. So after spending time with Rose Sparks and seeing what it does well and where it falls short, here's what I land on. The faster response time, the combo formula, and the longer window all work in its favor. But for me, the inconsistent results, the weird taste, the dissolve time, and the fact that Rose Sparks is more expensive than the other telehealth services I tried just made it less appealing overall. I still find myself reaching for BlueChew and Rugiet more often. They just strike a better balance for me in terms of convenience, effectiveness, and overall user experience. Rose Sparks is good, and I mean that. It's solid. But when you put it side to side with the others, I just prefer them. So if you want to try something that works faster and lasts longer than traditional options, it might be worth a shot. But if you're already using BlueChew or Rugiet and happy with the results, I don't think you're missing out on anything major by skipping Rose Sparks. And speaking of BlueChew and Rugiet, go ahead and click on the links in the description below to get the best deals available for both of these products right now, or you can scan the QR code on screen.